Good morning, everyone. Brian here with BMK Retro Gaming. This morning I have for us a review of the ColecoVision prototype game, The Sword and the Sorcerer. Now this one is, was, being developed by CBS Electronics to be published by Coleco in 1983. And it is, based off of a 1982 film of the same name, which, as I understand it, could have been regarded kind of as somewhere between more of a B film and a little bit more, they say, it seems like it was pretty reasonably successful for the time. So no big surprise that there were designs on doing a video game version. Anyway, it's not a whole lot to it. Basically, you're trying to, the plot of the film is you're this apparent prince who, or something like that, who has like a three-pronged sword, and you're helping this princess, with, defeating some evil forces to, reclaim kingdom or something like that. I didn't go over the entire plot, but anyway, it's the type of stuff that make for a nice, interesting sword and sorcery adventure game, besides just a film. Anyhow, there's not a whole lot else to go over, in regards to prior to getting around to the game. So, as it goes, I have a digital download of the game ROM for my ColecoVision Phoenix, so I'm going to fire that up, and we're going to go ahead and take a little bit of a look into the gameplay. Okay, so here we go with gameplay for The Sword and the Sorcerer, ColecoVision prototype game, 1983. Okay, allow this to get started up. It's not take long. Prototypes. And here we are. Okay, here's how it is. Sounds okay. You got a serpent coming up, have to deal with that. And an apparent sorcerer trying to blast you, which you deal with this way. I don't know what that snake thing is, if it's just crowning. Anyway, you can see right there that it goes here to that screen and repeats. You see, I'm not actually controlling this, as this particular game ROM is actually, as far as I could find, only exists in demo mode since it's unreleased. But they apparently got far enough to decide to go ahead and create a demo of what the gameplay would apparently be like. That's okay, it sounds nice, looks okay. Though unfortunately it's not actually playable. Let's see, it looks like you have to jump lava there. Yeah, this doesn't look like it would have been too bad, probably especially if it had included a few, some further screens to play through. But it looks like it could have been a decent effort, and kind of a shame they didn't get further than this. Anyway, I think that's more or less a bit of enough with the gameplay. I think you guys get the idea. Okay, so that was The Sword and the Sorcerer, a 1983 prototype game for the ColecoVision. Is it pretty good? Well, being only a non-playable demo prototype, couldn't judge it by gameplay much, so it does look and sound pretty decent, like it was definitely a concept which they missed out on taking a shot at, especially since it would have been a bit of a film tie-in, or based on a film anyway, so perhaps a bit of a missed opportunity with that. Now, as for it being released or not, well, here in North America, it apparently wasn't. Though, ironically, they still get far enough as to have a game demo that we can actually see what would have been like, kind of. But, ironically, if you go and look at the article for ColecoVisionAddict.com on it, They mentioned it's only a very slim chance, a very minor one, but there is some minor chance that it may have actually seen a release in Europe. Though apparently even they can't confirm that, and I couldn't confirm that information elsewhere either, so whether it wasn't or was, don't know. Wouldn't be the first time that something had seen a European release, but not here in the North American market or elsewhere. Say like the primarily PAL Ghostbusters 2 for the Atari VCS 2600. Though there are playable versions, say like if you have a Hyperkin Retron 77 emulation hardware clone console or such, which you can check out. But then again, it's not super great of a game either. Probably why that one wasn't released here. Well, it's an okay one, but it's so difficult to just get past the first part that... Ugh. Anyway, with this one we can guess maybe the other factor that might have come in on it may have been the 1983 North American industry and market crash for video games. Might have been another reason why they didn't get further than just a demo. Though the demo is actually a fair deal further than a lot of prototype games don't get so. Now some may be wondering, for my part, well, why bother to review a prototype game which is nothing more than a demo? A couple of reasons. One is my usual, which is it is based off of a film franchise. It wasn't just the one film. There was also a 2012 follow-up, which... yeah, that took a long time for this sequel to finally come out. And, which has, like I said, the film may or may not have been as super great, but it apparently got enough of a following that they decided to go ahead with a sequel decades later. And games based off of that are usually ones that would be decent, although they never, have almost never live up to the hype of the that they'd get from being based on a film. So it's kind of a shame this one was never actually taken beyond that point and all. And, well, again, back to my usual reasons with this. Whether there actually does or doesn't exist a European release of this game, if there did, that'd give you further to work with, but at least the demo would be enough material for someone, say a homebrew or pro-brew developer, to go ahead and use as a template to go ahead, whether just the demo or if there, again, as I was trying to say, was a European release or not. That'd make it easier if there actually was, for them to go ahead and make a playable version, and that could be really something of a project, and we could always use more ColecoVision games, including aftermarket, so why not? The other second reason why I decided to go ahead with this one is simple enough. It's a demo game where I don't really even have to play it. It basically plays itself, so I couldn't probably have chosen much of a simpler prototype game for review material. It makes it easy for me to go ahead and create a simple review video based off of it, so. As opposed to having to get into something deeper, while I've got so much else going on, I just decide, yeah, this will do, and it's interesting enough, and also allows me to make a point about another prototype game which we probably should have, and could have seen a release of, if they had just bothered with it. And I always lament the fact that we didn't get more games for all of these consoles that I cover and others, so there is that. Anyway, I do have one recommendation link from one of my preferred YouTubers. That's Pets' Gym 1. He has one on this. It's a fair deal shorter than this little video is going to be. In fact, I'm surprised this little review video is even getting close to the area of 10 minutes. That'd be another nice thing about this one. This is going to be a pretty compact and short, sweet review video compared to some of my others, which, as you guys probably know by now, my usual stuff tends to run anywhere from 15 minutes to 20, maybe closer to a half hour, a bit more. So this would just be a nice change of pace in terms of it's a short one to go over, though not quite a short video in terms of the short category. Anyway, I will leave a link to the Pets Gym 1's video, as well as, for those who may care to read up further on this one, a link to the ColecoVision addicts.com or ColecoVisionAg.com article on it, which is not a very, very long read, but it does give you a tad bit more information. Couldn't find anything else very much readable on this one, so. I also could not find where you would acquire the game ROM on this one. I suppose you could figure that out with a Google search at all. I didn't have really enough time for a deep dive into it this time. I just know that who put together this ColecoVision game ROM collection for me for my CollectorVision Phoenix happened to be able to find it and put it on here, so. But you'd have to kind of look yourself and search some to find it, but it probably shouldn't be too tough to do. I probably could have if I had more time. Now go ahead and keep you guys' eyes peeled on my channel's feed here on YouTube, as well as if you follow me on my Facebook and Twitter feeds for what this next Wednesday's upcoming ColecoVision Original Library review will be. I already know what it's going to be and all, but, you know, I don't like to do spoilers, so just keep an eye out for the announcement post, and I'll go ahead and get that up later today, and we'll get to it on Wednesday. Big shout out to my ColecoVision and Atom Fanatics Facebook group, and to my ColecoVision World Facebook group. Love you guys in both of those, and hopefully y'all will get this video before too terribly long. It's been kind of nice here, though rather hot. It's East Texas, so go figure. Thus, I don't think that this one should take a long time to upload, especially since it's going to be a pretty short review video. Anyway, in the meantime, if you guys enjoy this channel's content, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And please don't hesitate to leave any questions, comments, or suggestions down in the comment section below. You guys take care, have a wonderful morning, Sunday morning, and hopefully I will see everyone back here again this coming Wednesday.